every single stream up until this one. I've tried like 5 times. They all disconnect within 5 minutes. I went around and messed with my settings, so hopefully we'll get some better performance in this attempt. I've honestly completely forgotten where we left off, but we have an error, so let's go and see where that is. Alright, yeah, so what I'm trying to do right now is set each student inside of the students list as present or absent depending on if their name appears inside of the attendance report. And so to do that, what we're going to have to do is we're going to say s.getFirstName what s dot S should be, yeah, they're all students, so s.getFirstName underscore first underscore name, and we're going to change that to lowercase and then just make sure that their name appears inside of the row. And if it does, then we're also going to check their last name, because most students type in their first and last names on Zoom whenever they log in. So we're going to say, if we're going to just copy this if statement, paste it underneath and say get last name is also in row, and if both of those are there, then we're going to print out that s.getFirstName is, well, let's not print out anything. Let's comment that for now. But if there are, what am I trying to say? If we find their first and last names inside of the row, then we are going to add that student. We're going to change, okay, yeah, so we're going to say s dot, and then let me go down to my student class right here, and then let's create a new function. We're going to say define change underscore attendance, and in here we're going to pass in a date and a boolean for is present. And what we're going to do is we'll say self dot attendance, and then for the key we're going to pass in the date, and then for the value we'll pass in is present. So now for each date, when we check it for that specific student, and we will basically get true or false depending on if they're present or absent. So here what we're going to do is say s dot true. However, if a specific student then we can check for each student, and if we don't get a match, we will just set it to false. Whereas with this, we're going to have to re-loop through the list of students and drop it up here. Tab that over. And I wonder if this is going to give us an error. I don't think it will. I hope it doesn't. So let's try it out. So basically, we're going to check for each student in the students list. If their name appears in any of the rows, then we're going to set them to present, and we're also going to create a variable called like isPres for present equals false by default, and if we do end up sending them to true at any point, we will change isPresent to, oh, what's up, Ruthanath? I'm glad you could join the stream, bro. Welcome. We will change isPresent to true. And then at the very end, after the for loop, we are actually, how should we do this exactly? S.change attendance to true. And then we'll say if is present equal, or just if not is present, of all of their attendance days. So the way we can test this out is right here we have a for loop that loops through all the student dictionary values. Oh, you just saw the DM? I'm glad you came over, but I just started a couple minutes ago. So now to check to make sure that this for loop works, what I'm thinking we should do is, instead of going through the student's dictionary, we're going to go through the student's list, and we don't need values anymore. And what we're going to say, do for loops out the attendance. So let me go down to my student class and print the attendance, right? So to do that, what we're going to do is say print underscore attendance. And in here, we don't need to pass in anything, but all we're going to do is say print, maybe not, well, yeah, so for D in, oh, my stream's lagging. Dang, that's unfortunate. Is it lagging like bad or is it decent? Like, can you understand what I'm saying, or do you have no idea what you're even seeing right now? Yeah, I guess if it's lagging, then it'll probably take you a few minutes to even hear me say that. Well, dang. We'll keep it going. I mean, at least it hasn't just disconnected randomly yet. So to print the attendance, I'm just going to say for D in self dot attend to print out self dot name. Well, yeah, we'll print out self dot full name, comma self dot, we'll say the full name and then the word was, and then we'll say self dot attendance square bracket date, or just D, comma on, I hope. I appreciate it, brother. So this person was present or absent on the, thank you. For that space and tab this over. So now this function should be good, and I believe we can just loop through all the students and then say s.print attendance. And 25-2021. So yeah, that's one thing we need to change. The second thing we need to change is the fact that everyone's absent. So why did that happen? Why? We're opening up the file. Yeah, so we create a reader, and I think it's because I switched these two lines. That probably wasn't a good move, but I think we can fix this. So we go through it. So right now, S is going to be the very first student inside of March 25th. And row is gonna, it checks, okay, is summer inside of row, so, which it's not, so then it ends, it just loops to the next row inside this for loop until it gets here, and then it's like, yeah, summer is there, and then it checks the last name, which is also right here. Let me make sure they're both matching. This one, their statements should technically be true. You know what I'm going to do right here also? I'm going to print out a message saying s.get underscore first underscore name was, whoops, comma, was present, to see there's a bigger problem than that. So let's run this. Okay. Interesting. Let me run that one more time. We'll say, wait, am I not changing the dates? Oh, path, I'm changing the path. So yeah, over here I should also change the date and say 3-25-2021 inside some quotes. just like so. Okay. But I wonder why. So self.studentsList is a list of students. Inside of the get student names, I'm adding new students into the list. And when I print the names, I'm calling get ID, get first name, and everything, and it works flawlessly. But down here, s.get first name. So what is wrong with this? I'm looping through self.studentsList. Here I'm looping through self.studentsList. But when I called it up here, we got all the functions as options. Whereas when I call it from here, inside of this function, it doesn't give us anything to choose from. S dot, that is so odd. It's so weird. What if I like say that this is a student, right? Dot get first name dot lowercase. Maybe that fixes things. So let's try that down here as well. Students like this. And then here we'll do the same thing. So student, and then convert that, or just kind of like, there's a word for it. I forgot what the word is. And we'll do the same thing right there. And here also. Let me try, what's our error? Okay, let me rerun the code. 03-25-2021, and none of it works. That's rough. Oh. Duh. Yeah, let me let me take back everything I just did, because that definitely won't work, because it basically thinks I'm trying to make new students, whereas I was just trying to explain to the code that these are all students. Maybe it's the fact that my variable is so short. That shouldn't matter. Okay, let's just say for students in students list, and then here I can say if students dot. Okay, now it gives us the options, but what's the difference? Okay, whatever. I'll get first name dot lowercase, and then student dot get last name, and then here we'll say students, and there as well, and this guy right here, students. So now technically, I guess we'll change this one also. I don't think it makes a difference, but sometimes dumb little changes that seem irrelevant can actually fix everything. So let's try that out. Let's pass in the date, so March 25th, 2021. Press enter, and everyone is still absent. Fantastic. This is beautiful. How do we fix that? Why is everyone absent? Maybe it's because I switched the order of the for loops. I really don't think that should have messed everything up. Let's just switch these back. So we'll say for student. Okay, for student in. What if instead I cut this line and I drop it right here before I even do the with open the file. I tab that over like this, and then I pass in a date, and everyone is still absent. It's fantastic. It's exactly what we needed. how can we fix this? Okay. Let me move this back to where it used to be. Let me unindent all of this code and drop this for loop right here. Tab these guys over like that. I don't think we're going to use isPresent anymore. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the students for each row. If we get to this point, that means we have found a match for that row and we can move on to the next row. But if I call break, it's going to break out of the first for loop. Oh, I can call break, yeah. Yeah, we'll call break. Because if it breaks out of this for loop, well then it goes on to the next iteration of that loop anyways. So I think that's correct. I believe it is. I'm not sure. We'll find out. But the issue we're having right now is we're checking and we can find out if people are okay, let's run this. And assuming like this isn't correct, but we should at least get one student that's present. So let me try that. And literally no one's present. But how? We're looping through the file. And then we're looping through all these students. We're getting their first name and checking if their first name is inside of the row. Then we're getting the last name and checking if that's inside the row. And if both those are true, we're calling change attendance and we're passing in date and true. And we're printing this. But we're getting no feedback. How? Okay, let's print out here, and we're going to print out what it is we're checking. So let's print out this right here, and then comma is in comma row, comma question mark, whoops, a question mark. So we're going to basically be seeing what it's checking. We're going to get a ton of lines, I think. So March 25th, 2021, press enter. And this is what it's checking basically, right? So it's like summer, is it, why do we have all these, okay. No, because we have a space here, plus, yeah, no, that's correct, okay. Summer is in, what the heck is this nonsense? Okay, okay. So right now we have this guy. Did it skip lines? That is not the order we're trying to... I know it is. It is Mahmoud, yep. Okay. So right now we're on Mahmoud, and right here it says Mahmoud is in here, which he obviously is. So then that one should be giving a... Oh! I got it. I figured it out. I think. Because basically row looks like a list, right? So I need to be checking this as like row 1. Or no, row 0. I think. Let me run this again. Enter the date, March 25th, 2021. Okay, something happened, finally, right? So we got 3 people that are present. Not everybody. I wonder why. Because technically, like, for this specific day, I think everyone except for 1 person is present. But it's showing us that like no one is. Why is that? So who did we get? We got Lama, Mahmoud, and Rad. Okay, let's see where their names are. Like, what's unique about those people? You know, like why are they present but no one else is? Even though everyone's present, like why are they the only ones showing up? So the first person we got back, Aslama, who's the third name. Then we got Mahmoud, who is the, where is he? He's right here in the middle. And then Ragad, which is right here. Okay, interesting. But why did they work and no one else did? Maybe the last names played a role in this. No, but like, it's so weird, man. It's so weird. Did I forget to call lower? No, here I called lower. What? Okay. Let's say row 0 dot lower. There and there. And let's also visualize what it is we're checking by changing this row to row 0 dot lower. So we can see exactly what these two, at least the first if statement is doing. So let's run this, pass in a date, and everyone's there. Perfect. Yes. Okay. Progress. Now all the people that are present gave us true, and the way that we can finish the rest of the students who are absent is by looping through all the students, checking them for the specific day we're on, and then if we pass in the date and don't get true, that means they're absent and we pass in false. So to do that, we're just going to have another for loop after this one. We'll say for students in students, in self dot students list, and then we'll say if student dot, how do we get access to that? Actually, let's create like a getter for it. So down here, we're going to say define get underscore attendance, and we're just going to return self dot attendance. This is like, I think it's encapsulation. It's kind of hard to tell whenever there's no private or public keywords, but this should be correct, I think. Then we'll say if student dot get, or hold on. So first we're going to say ATT for attendance is equal to student dot get underscore attendance. And then with that, we're going to check them on a specific date. So up here we have a date, and what we're going to do is say, what happens if we call? Okay, so we'll say like is present, or not is present. We'll say like I'm not using this anymore. Let me just delete that. And here we'll say is present is going to equal ATT, and then we're going to pass in the date. And then we're going to print it, because I don't know what it's going to equal if, like, is it going to give us a null error or something? I'm not entirely sure. So let's run this. Let me get rid of this print statement so we can have less output. And let us type in the date. So March 25th, 2021. And we get an error because get present students key error, because that is not a key. Okay. I see. Okay. So instead what we're going to do is say is present is going to equal date in att.get, or just .keys. There's a way to get the keys. I think it's just .keys. or we'll say if date is in keys, then if not date in keys, then I want to print out those absent students, and we'll say student dot get first name, comma, is absent, and then we don't need this space, and then we're also going to say student dot change attendance, and we're going to pass in the date and pass in false, I think. So now if I run this, we should get a couple of student names who are not present. So we'll say March 25th, 2021, and these two people are absent. Okay, now it's getting kind of random. Is this correct? Let me see. So the student list is, there's 20 students here, right? I think. Yeah, there's 20 students. And then on this specific day, there's there's also 20 students. So is everybody present? Okay, this is saying that, for example, Muhammad Abu Zaina he was absent. And if I check to see if he was indeed absent, oh, good. Get last name, we'll say if this is equal to Abu Zaineh, then we need to return how he spells it here, which is like that. Who else is absent? He's absent. Asil Saleh. Is there another? Oh no, there is Asil Saleh. Okay. Why are you absent? Were you actually absent? I don't see your name anywhere. Asil. Okay, so I think she was actually absent, so that's correct. Who else? Barat. So I thought we fixed his name. What the heck? Okay, Barat Muslah, right? Last name is spelled the same, and then Barat. So inside of get first name, yeah, I returned it in the same way he spells it on here, which is B-A-R-A. So then why did it give us false? That does not make sense. Could this apostrophe really like change? Could it be changing anything? I don't know. Was everyone else present? Oh, so these are the 5 students or 6 students that we got as absent. Here, her name is Abuelouf. Okay, so lines, paste them here. We'll say if their last name is like this, then we're going to return Abuelouf. And who else is there? Miral was absent. Oh my god, you have an extra space, are you kidding me? So stupid. Of course you have an extra space, it's ridiculous. Oh my god. That is not what we needed. That is not what we needed at all. Okay. That means we have to go up here. This is the dumbest project. Oh my god. Okay. Get student names. We split them up and... Actually, no. It's up here. Or down here, I should say. Whenever we set the full name... No. Okay, get the last name. It's just Abu. Then we need to return Abu. It's like Z-I-D-A-N, I think. Abu Zina? Abu Zidan. Remawi, what? What? That's not even your name. Why would you? I hate this project. This is ridiculous. Like no one had all in Rimawi, of course. Yeah, totally makes sense. Rimawi. Okay, fantastic. Anybody else? Barat, why are you absent? Barat, where are you at? Let's run this again. Maybe let's hope. Okay, we have 6 issues. Let's see if they got fixed. Let's run this. March 25th. And let's see, 4 problems. Are you serious? Oh, come on. Okay. Alright, this is how she spells it. Let's return that. Did I misspell it? No. It's her original last name. My god. It's not, you have 6. Everyone has 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's ridiculous. Okay, now we should have 3 errors left. Fantastic. Asma, why are you giving us trouble? Asma, right there. Her last name is Ankush. It doesn't matter because she was actually absent. Barat was not absent, but he still got counted as absent. Why were you counted as absent? Barat Musleh. M-U-S-L-E-H, M-U-S-L-E-H. So his last name is fine. His first name on here is B-A-R-A apostrophe A. But I'm returning it. Oh, this needs to be a capital B. Okay, let's run that again. March 25th, 2021. And now we should have 2 people absent. Great. She is absent, and then Asil. Asil who? Saleh. So we have Asil Sabri, but not the other one. Okay, now let's rerun this for February 25th, 2021. And ideally, did they just never show up? And Muhammad, okay. Let's see who they are exactly. True, 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 false. Okay, let's see if her name shows up inside of attendance reports. So February 25th. And let's see, Asil Sabri. Oh yeah, there's 2 of them. Okay. Asma was not here either. Awesome. And then the last person that it says was absent. What? Oh yeah. And then Muhammad Abu Zayna. Oh my. Did you just spell your name differently again? Don't Don't do it. Where Mohammed, where are you at? Gibran? Is he just actually absent? Do we have two Mohammeds? Where are you guys? Okay, Muhammad Abu Zaina. This project makes no sense. Okay, why is his name different on these two sheets? Because here he spelled his name. Wait, there's two Muhammads. Jubran and Abu Zaina. But then here there's only one. Or am I just really confused? Yeah, there's this Muhammad. And that's it. There's no other Muhammads. What? Okay, whatever. I'm going to say that this is correct. I feel like it's correct. I don't care what anybody else has. Alright, so now we have basically programmed the project to be able to detect whether someone is present or absent depending on the day that the user enters in. And what I'm thinking we should do next is loop through all of the dates inside of the attendance reports folder. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. We also need to just change something real fast inside of the student class. So instead of saying self.attendance, I'm just going to create .attendance D is equal to true. Then we're going to say pres equals present, else pres is going to equal absent. So that when we print it out, it doesn't say false and true, it'll just say absent or present. And here we will say pres, like that. Now if I run this one more time and check it, present, present, absent, present, yep, that looks good. That we used to debug earlier, so that's this line, we don't need it anymore. We save, rerun, and we should hopefully get cleaner output, which we do. I'm also going to get rid of these two print statements right here. So now we shouldn't be getting these anymore, and we're just going to get all the students and whether they're present or absent. I also want to just format this function right here. So that type does not work. Well, I guess, no, I don't like that. But that does not look good. I think I'm going to stop coding at this point. I need a little bit of a break. And I'm in the stream, even if it was for a few minutes, I appreciate it. Peace.